Hey, thank you for coming by Tori Magoo 44. It is almost Christmas. We have less than 24 hours a day, and some of you in parts of the world, it already is Christmas. So Merry Christmas to you, and Merry Christmas to all of you, and Happy Holidays to people who don't celebrate Christmas. This is my little sign, keep Christmas in your heart, which I love. And however you celebrate that, it's cool. This is kind of a little message that I just wanted to give to all of the ex-Scientologists and critics, the never ends, everybody. This is just a little thing that happened last night, but to me, it's kind of a nutshell of what all of you, all of us have been doing for years. And it just shows how much things have changed. When I left and escaped out in 2000 from the Church of Scientology after 30 years of being in, if you talk to someone about Scientology and the abuses, they were kind of like, well, it's a religion, you should leave them alone. It was a really kind of long conversation. That's where I came up with the Truman Show, because I asked people, have you ever seen the Truman Show? They'd go, yes. And I'd say, okay, that's it. That's really what it is. They cannot see the walls, right? Okay, so that was 2000. Let's roll forward to now. Last night, my friend Brett Chance mentioned to me that he'd walked by and their stress tables were out. And my friend John Kimball happens to be here. So we decided, well, let's go by and see what's going on. So we park, we walk up. It's very, very chilly out last night. And there's 3 people at each one of the e-meters. They used to have 2 tables, but now they only have 1, which is good in itself. But they still had 3 people that they were trying to work on buying a Dianetics book. And I swear to God, in under 5 to 10 minutes at the most, well, it was under 5 minutes for the people. I walked up to each one of them and said, you know what? This is a giant scam. And they'd look up and I'd go, I did it for 30 years. I know what I'm speaking about. And they would try to say something negative against me. And I'd say, why do they have to say that? And I'd say, believe me, it is. I have no reason to tell you it other than it's a scam. I bought it for 30 years and escaped out. And each person would get up and walk away. The next person I'd walk up and say, hey, man, and they'd be going, it's a Dianetics book. It's only $25. Buy it today. And I'd say, you know what? It's $25. This is a scam. It doesn't work. I used to put on Book One seminars. I know what I'm speaking about. And they would get up and walk away. And all 3 tables were cleared out. I mean, all 3 chairs were cleared out under 5 minutes. And within, I'd say under 5 to 10, maybe 15 at the most, because we stood and talked to the staff members for a few minutes, who, of course, the one guy in the blue coat, who we don't know who he is, but he was like avid on, don't talk to Tori. Don't talk to her. She's crazy. And that's all I could say. I'd say, look, I'd give him different facts and he wouldn't talk to me. Brett showed up and he just started pounding Brett on, you don't know what you're talking about. You were never in Scientology. And I'm like, I know this real man. You can't talk to me because I know what I'm talking about. So you've got to direct it over to Brett, hoping to make him feel less. Brett walked up and they said, and Brett is very fit and, good looking guy. He walks up walking his dog and they say, we have stress tests for the disabled, which was like, what? I mean, how low do you guys go? First of all, he's not disabled. But secondly, just throwing that at him was just really kind of pathetic. So the guy in the blue jacket kept trying to pound Brett. I kept pointing out to him, look, you've got top executives locked up in the hole, which you don't even know about, just listing very different abuses. And finally he goes, we've got to go. I shouldn't have talked to her. I've got to go have coffee. And it was like within 15 minutes, and I'll if you can get over to Facebook, I'm going to put photographs of the before with everybody sitting there. And within 5 minutes, the place is cleaned out. They had the tables locked up. That was it. That was it for the night. And some people can say, well, you're bothering them. No, we're not bothering them. That's what he kept saying. You're against my religion. I said, I haven't even brought up your religion. I'm bringing up specific abuses. I said, your church owes me $200,000. Get me that. Oh, that's nothing. No, that isn't nothing. That's $200,000 and millions to other people, many of you watching this, who have money on account that they won't give back, Miscavige, that goes to you because you're keeping all that money and you can think you can keep it forever because you're a religion. But you know what? Karma is on our side. I promise you that. And it's like, I've told you this for 15 years. It's only going to get worse for you. And you know what? It has. It has gotten way worse for you. And a lot of fantastic things have happened this year. But this is just a little accumulation of showing everything you guys do, from speaking out, posting links to Tony Ortega's site, links to Surviving Scientology, xenu.net, xenu.net, which is my friend in Norway, Andreas Heldeland, Mark Bunker, xenutv.com, Emma's site, xscientology.net, my YouTube site, Tori Magoo 44. There's great information out here all over. Jerry Armstrong's got his website that's got a lot of information on it. I mean, there's information all over the internet about factual, specific information that and people now know it. As soon as we say it, I mean, we went and saw Alex, who was at the Winter Wonderland. They're phony, pretending like they believe in Christmas, which, LRH has a tape where there is no Christ, kind of thing. So no. And so they were milking this lady, telling her about God. And I walked up, this is when we're going home, and I just stopped and I said, you know what? No, they don't believe in God. Not really. Actually, Hubbard was against churches, angels, all kinds of things that most religions believe in. He was against and said it was an implant. And I'm not even going to go there on that, but you can look it up in South Park plus Scientology and see what they really believe. And they'll say that's just a joke or whatever. No, that's exactly what they believe. You can go on xenu.net and read it in L. Ron Hubbard's handwriting. What they're like a triangle, and the OT3, which is about up here, is over on xenu.net. You can read it in his handwriting. And I read it when I did it, when I paid for it. And that was the other thing. The guy was trying to say, oh, it's just donations. I said, no, it isn't just donations. It's a bill. It's a price tag for every single level in Scientology. Every single level. In fact, you have to pay quite a bit to just say you're a Scientologist. Just to have the privilege of being a Scientologist, you have to join the IAS. So, I mean, they've got the scam going round and round. But anyway, I said to the lady, no. And she said, well, I believe in the higher being God. I said, good, then do that. Stick with that. Because these guys don't. And she got up. She said, no, thank you. I don't want the book. And it turned out they were milking her son at the end of the table. And she walked right down there. She said, you get up. We're going. And we were like, yes. So, it's really gotten fun because people do know they're creepy. They hear about it all the time. And so it isn't like, really, they are, which it used to be in 2000. It was still kind of new to people. But now the word is out. And you know what? I don't think you're going to be able to put that genie back in the bottle, Miscavige. I really don't. I mean, it's out. The information's there. It's factual. You can look at transcripts from court documents, which they'll say, oh, well, that's not true. Really? It's a court document that your people from your church said, like, enforced abortion is part of your religion, which you just recently said. Yeah. You think, what moron is leading this train? It's just unbelievable. So thank you. I can't thank you enough to every single person who helps speak out, who writes things, who even just passes on links to different YouTube sites and websites. All of it matters. Everything matters. Every voice helps. So I thank you. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year in 2016. All right, so there you go. Peace out. And remember this, for the guys that do believe in Christmas, keep Christmas in your heart. All right, I love you.